What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to compare the Endless Options Tinder Bio to the PWF Tinder Bio. So if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, Jesse from Simple Pickup about a year ago created his own company, and after he spent $250,000 on research, I shit you not, he came up with the perfect Tinder bio that girls cannot resist. And fortunately for us, a few weeks ago, he actually released this bio in one of his numerous Instagram ads. So in this video, we're going to take an honest look at it and see if it is legit. All right, so let's take a look at what $250,000 worth of rigorous testing gets you in terms of Tinder bios. So here it is. Strictly reviewing girlfriend applications to get through this corona situation. I think the highlight of this sentence is he rhymes application with situation. Okay, it's mildly amusing, and he sort of portrays the bio frame, but he also says girlfriend applications. So to any girl who's looking for a fuck buddy or for a one-night stand, you know, she's gonna be like, oh, she's gonna take him seriously and be like, ugh, left swipe. So he's definitely screening out some DTF girls, which is silly. Then he says, must be funny, symptom-free, and wash hands regularly. So keeps building on the corona thing. Okay, very mildly amusing. Some stuff about me, the good stuff. I have toilet paper, food, Lysol, and Mario Party. That's probably the best part of the bio. He misses a very easy chance to sexualize. So I would have said I have toilet paper, food, handcuffs, Lysol, Mario Party, or whatever. I have toilet paper, food, massage oil. So this was a very easy chance to sexualize. One thing you're gonna know is this whole bio lacks any kind of sexualization at all, so it doesn't screen one bit. Then he does, you know, what we call a fake screen. So he says, jokes aside, if you're not a decent person, there's plenty of thirsty dudes on this app who don't care about personality. And some girls will actually kind of fall for that. They'll be like, oh yeah, maybe this guy is like, you know, like not a total fuckboy. Maybe he wants, well, right up on the part where they Google him. But yeah, so they might, some girls will fall for it. Some girls will see it as a try-hard attempt and be like, ugh, like this guy lacks confidence. So kind of a 50-50. Then it says, message me if you're symptom-free. So back to harping on the corona thing and ending it off. But seriously, quarantine and FaceTime, question mark. Strategically pigeonholing himself into an internet-only relationship. Great. So overall, if I had to review this bio, I would probably put it right at average. So on the plus is that it has this like dry humor that I think some girls will somewhat appreciate. It's definitely not laugh out loud funny, but it's got this like Curb Your Enthusiasm type of humor. In addition, you know, some girls will think that he's a bit different and that, you know, he's a good guy or something like that, because that's not even that great, but whatever. On the downside is he pigeonholes himself into, you know, girlfriend frame, which is going to screen out, you know, the more DTF girls or the girls who are just not looking to have a boyfriend. Then he pigeonholes himself into the whole, hey, we're going to have an online date kind of thing. It's going to be hard to kind of come back from quarantine and FaceTime to, we should split a bottle of wine on my romantic balcony. And also, he completely fails to sexualize or screen or really, you know, significantly DHV himself in any way. So overall, average. And let's take a look at the kind of results you get with this bio. So he posted this. I'm not really sure why this was meant to be a positive, you know, interaction, but it goes like this. Hey, I'm corona and symptom free. And he says, also 20,000 miles away. At least we'll both be safe. So not really sure why he's wasting his time talking to girls that are 20,000 miles away. Okay, then he says 20,000. She says 20,000. I'll be in LA soon. I'm just with my family, and the corona stopped my moving process forward. So we got a girl who lives across the world who's going to be visiting his city with her family. Sounds like a real probable situation. He says, the corona ruining everything, to be honest. How will I know if we get along or hate each other till then? I guess we'll have to talk over the phone now. And that's where it nods off. And the part to me that's really sad is this is supposed to be like some kind of a win. Like he just got himself a phone date with a girl who lives on the opposite side of the world. Like that's supposed to be some big victory. You know, if you're into that sort of thing, great. This might be actually, you know, the bio for you. But, you know, to me, this whole thing is just like overall extremely lame. Next, let's take a look at my personal bio, which fortunately did not cost me $250,000 to create. So it starts off with the basics, 6'0", Miami, And the logic here is that, guess what? Girls like tall guys, so if you're above a certain height, I would say like 5'10", 5'11", you want to say that. By not doing so, you're leaving out an easy opportunity to display value. And of course, if you're on the shorter side, then you obviously don't say your height. And then Miami, this is because, this is a very touristy city that I live in. For example, if you live in a city like New York, Vegas, and of course Miami, you want to, somehow say that you're a local. The reason here is that you have a lot of local girls who might be super DTF, but they don't want to have just a one-night stand with a tourist. So you have a lot of local girls who are looking for locals only, and this is going to just skip you the whole part where the girl's like, wait, are you a local or are you a tourist? You skip this whole question. And also, I know personally that a lot of my pictures were taken in different parts of the world, so I very much give off the vibe of a tourist. And so, I don't want a girl to just assume that I don't live here and swipe left on me. So this is very customized to my situation, which a good bio should be. There's no universal, optimal bio. It's going to very much depend on yourself, what you're looking for, and, where you live. So then we got, my passion is traveling the world and seductively whispering Russian in your ear. So this sexualizes more than the other bio combined. What am I doing here? I'm saying that I travel a lot, which is a universal DHV, display of higher value. I speak a second language, subtly throwing that in. And of course, sexualizing with the whole, whisper in your ear fantasy. So this is kind of painting the image of like a charming foreign guy, seductively whispering in her ear, something that's just gonna sound good to the majority of girls, and start painting that fantasy. Then we got just looking for a quarantine bait to drink wine and cuddle with. So this is, my solution to the whole Corona situation. And what I'm doing here is, first of all, I'm saying something that's gonna sound good to most girls, drinking wine and cuddles. Guarantee you that if you do an interview and you ask, 9 out of 10 girls who've been stuck inside their apartment for a month, and you say, hey, how good does drinking wine and cuddling sound right now? They're all gonna be like, fuck yeah, right? We all know that cuddling really means sex, but it would be too crass to say just looking to, fuck. That would turn a lot of girls off. So cuddling is a much better, terminology here. And of course, this is subtly suggesting that, hey, the subtext here is, hey, I'm looking to actually meet someone. I'm not looking to have like a fucking FaceTime relationship. Like, I'm actually looking to hang out. Then we got strengths, cooking carne asada and being dominant. So cooking carne asada is very specific to me because I generally speaking like Latina women. Also, I live in Miami where 90% of the girls are from, North and South and Central America. Like, for example, if I was in Europe, I obviously would not have that in there. So again, very specific to me and my situation. And of course, the being dominant, this is just going to apply everywhere because 99% of all girls are submissive, sexually submissive that is. Even some of the chicks who call themselves doms are actually sexually submissive with the right guy. So this is also going to appeal to the vast majority of women. And then weaknesses, we have great ass and accents. And these are two things that I personally very much love. I like nice booties and cute accents. And also, again, Miami, 90% of girls are going to have nice asses and accents. And so this will, create situations where quite often girls will open me and qualify themselves on saying stuff like, hey, you're in luck, I have one of your weaknesses. Or like, this is your lucky night, I have two of your favorite weaknesses. Like, want to guess which one? Or something along the lines of that, which is much better than girls opening you and qualifying themselves based on, living 10,000 miles away. So, okay, let's compare both of these bios side by side. Now, the one thing they have in common is humor. So I think any bio should have a, element of humor to it. So this is what Jesse does fairly well. He has a very unique type of humor. It's kind of like, I would say, very dry, which is going to appeal to some girls. And my type of humor is going to appeal to, it's more in your face, which is going to appeal to other types of girls. There's going to be a lot of overlap, I would say. But this is where the similarities end. So I'm not saying that my bio is funnier than his. That's not my argument. It's a different kind of humor. Where my bio exceeds is here. First of all, it screens. You want a screen in your bio, unless your goal is to go out on a million dates and, fucking go out with every single girl and just waste all your fucking time. You want a screen based on certain things. And for me, I want to screen out the girls who are looking for marriage. I want to screen out the super prude girls. And this is what my bio does very well. It also starts to paint the sexual picture. So I'm setting the frame of like this, like kind of like fantasy, sexual fantasy type of thing. And his bio is setting the frame of like a, internet romance or whatever. So again, completely different approaches. And also, of course, I DHV in a lot more ways. I'm DHVing based on travel, on speaking a different language, on being sexually competent, a lot of different factors instead of just relying on humor. And I would say, you know, the last thing, again, my solution to the whole Corona thing is that, hey, like, yeah, this thing sucks, but I want to actually meet a girl. Like, I'm looking to hang out. I'm looking for some cuddles. Versus, you know, his solution is, hey, I'm looking to FaceTime and fucking do phone dates, which, yeah, I get. I find super lame. So the point of this video is not necessarily to shit on Jesse. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but it's just to call out this insane level of bullshit that unfortunately is so common in this industry, which is largely dominated by internet marketers like Simple Pickup, who promise you anything and everything, like the fact that you can be, you know, a broke loser and date supermodels, or the fact that, you know, you can be skinny fat and not change anything about yourself and still get tens, or that there's this magical bio that someone has spent $250,000 on, you know, developing, that's just gonna, you know, cut through the fact that the rest of your profile sucks balls and it's just gonna do all the work for you. Again, this shit does not exist. You know, when you're looking at something, you have to evaluate whether this person is like an internet marketer who's gonna promise you shit that's not realistic, or someone who's consistently giving you value and actually has some kind of credentials to back up what he's saying. All right, hopefully you guys found this video valuable. Let me know that you enjoyed this by smashing the like button, hitting the subscribe button, clicking the bell for notifications. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. And until next time.